Okay, we're back again. As you can see, Henry is still here, ready to help us. So that is, I don't know if that's good or not. Alright, so what we want to do, now that we have the head finished, is we need to build the body part. And the body portion is a little bit smaller than the head. So, BabyBot has a big head. Alright, so now we're on our third page of the plans. And they're all cut out, as you can see. Alrighty, I'm going to need these scissors. You can lay down. Alright, lay down. Okay, so as you cut these out, it's marked, it's labeled front, which is up this way. So this is the front, and this larger part is the back. And we've cut a hole here for our servo wires to go through. So I just traced around the servo connector and then cut the hole out. Okay, now that's the top. This looks a little bit better. I think that'll be the top. No, I'm going to use this as the top. So we've got these two of them cut out, and you'll notice that they are opposite in grain. I'm going to take the one that we're going to use down below, and we are going to add our servo to it. Notice I've already gone ahead and labeled the servo rotation, and our servo goes in such that it's a little bit stiffer than the other, such that the servo gear is towards the back. There we go. And you'll notice that in the previous video we talked about it being 26 millimeters. It is 26 millimeters to the center of that servo from the very back. If we've done our job correctly, these will line up with the back to back, being square. Okay, square it up. Alright, so I'm going to put that in, and remember our technique that we got before. I'm going to put a rubber band on this. And this is a much bigger servo, so it goes around twice. Smush it down. Not so much that we squish the cardboard, but enough to keep it in place. Now we need some spacers. And we're not going to measure these. Yeah. We're just going to go ahead and cut them. Make little tiny squares. We'll need 8 of them. Okay. And what we're going to do with these is we are now going to glue them into the corners to space out the top. And I'll show you how that's going to work. So what we're looking to do is put these in the corner. And square them up with the edge. at the very least, we don't want them overlapping the edge. Just a little differently. I'm not looking to put these on in any particular way. If you want to crisscross the grain, that would be fantastic. I'm not really doing that. So we've got 4 on, and now we're going to finish the next 4. That's it. We don't want them to interfere with us putting the sides on. Okay, so the reason we did that is so that we can put this on and it will cover up most of that servo. So it's going to look very nice. You're not going to see a whole lot of that servo. You won't see all these, parts that stick out and have screw holes and all that. More spots. Push it into place. If you've made these reasonably identical, they should line themselves right up. Would be good. Lots of spider webs from that. Okay. So that's going to be pretty good, as you can see. Now, we have 3 sides and 1 bottom, and then we have a front. So I'm going to put these so that the grain is forward, just like it is on the head. If you want to do the grain differently, feel free to do that. Which is the best side? This is the best side to be out. Now putting this on, we don't really have to worry about moving parts like we did with the head, because there really aren't any in this. The only moving part is that servo, and it's nowhere near the side. Out. Obviously this we want. I'm going to use that for the bottom. What about this? Okay, well, I guess it'll show a little bit. This side's a little bit better. It doesn't have any pencil on it as much. I can erase it when I'm done. Actually, I should probably erase it right now. Let's just scrub that pencil off of there. Doesn't need to be any pencil on there. Alright, better. Two spots. I'm not as worried about taking this apart as I was the head. This just doesn't have the same number of moving parts. Okay, so the front has the larger gap. Oh, darn you. You were not dry, were you? I'll put some weight on you. Oh, that's because I put this on wrong. Alrighty. Well, that's inconvenient. Let's do that again. Only this time, don't make the mistake that I did. Check which way the grain needs to go, and then place it. Alrighty. That looks good. I'm going to use a little bit of metal to get this off of there. And there we go. Alright, this is the front. It's going to go here, and I want to make sure that I square these up as I put this on, and that should set us up to have the bottom be very easy to then put on. Okay, so a little bit here, here, and then here. And we're running out of glue. Heat that up a little bit. This is the front. There is a difference between the two sides. One is slightly larger than the other. Okay. So far so good. This is the bottom. Let's see what the way it fits the best. Fits that way pretty well. Push it together, push it down flat onto the table. Everything looks flat. Everything looks squared up properly. And put some glue on the sides. some glue in the front. If I can get it in there. Not easily. I'll just go down the sides then. It's fine. I didn't say come apart. I said stay where you are. Well, the glue's not drying very fast. Actually cooling, because this is hot glue. Glue's not cooling very fast at all. Well, okay, I'll use that to my advantage. Put a little glue here in the front. Put a little glue there in the front. Push that into it. That glue is just not wanting to dry. Alright, sacrificial paper, don't leave it on there so long that it sticks, just long enough to get the extra glue off. Alright. Cool down. Alright, now, we got a little bit of an edge there. So I'm going to use my scissors like this, so that the right side goes up. We'll put it flat against the cardboard. Take that right off. Nice and neat. Spider webs go away. The hot glue sticks and cools down. Is this stable? It is. Don't need this anymore. Head on, you'll notice that we have that little hole cut out. Remember me telling you about it. And we're going to wrap the label around and go right straight, hopefully straight in. Here's one. Each time it gets a little bit harder because I only made it big enough. Alright, wrap that, go through, pull it out. Make them equal. Last one. Turn these. Alright, go on in. Go right in there. Label. And down you go. Here it is. That. And now, as we put the head on, we're going to pull the wires out evenly, kick up the slack, and as best as we can, because we've got that gear sort of thing going on, put the head on, and I am going to reach in and push above and below to get that gear-like thing on there. Don't push too hard because there's screws in there and they will stab you. Okay. have this now. I'm going to get my servo tester and see how we're doing. What is this? This is rotation. We did not center that very well at all. Okay. I'm going to center it now. Alright, so this is actually centered. I must have forgotten to center it. That sounds about right to me. I often forget to do things like that. So we're going to wiggle it loose. And we're going to turn his head so that he's facing forward and wiggle it back on. Push at the top, push at the bottom. So I'm grabbing the top, I'm grabbing the bottom. If you have smaller hands, do it differently. And push that on until it holds. Alright, what are we looking at here? This is rotation. Let's see what we got. Oh, I gotta switch it. There we go. Unplug it. Elevation. Okay, servos are working. Switch this off. Okay, with the servos working, I feel okay about gluing the head on. Now, the top. Now this also has two different dimensions, so we want to put it the way that it fits. Now you could also just put maybe a little tape on it in some way so that you can take it off easily if need be. You could put little pieces so that it, glue little pieces so that it fits in, and then you can still take it off. I'm going to go ahead and glue it, but I'm not going to glue it in a lot of spots. So I'm going to glue it in 1, 2, 3, and 4 spots. Top goes on. And there is baby bot. Okay, so now the last thing we need to do, we need to go back to our microbit that has the servo angle. Oop, that's the wrong way. It will show us the servo angle. And because we need to figure out what the extents are of the two servos that we haven't calibrated yet. And again, I'm using 5 volts, plugging it into this variable power supply. Alright, so ones we need to look at are rotation. It's labeled rotation. Plug that in. We're using the top one. seriously, that's 90 degrees? So apparently, the microbit and the servo tester disagree on what is 90 degrees. So let's go ahead and fix that. What? You're doing something? Alright, let's turn him off. And once again, wiggle his head off, straighten him out, wiggle him back on. Doesn't matter that much, but kind of like having the 90 degrees be a neutral position. Okay, wiggle them back on. Switch on. Alright, that's better. Now this is rotation. So let's see how far we want to rotate in this degree, this way. This is to from looking at him, this will be rotating him to the right. And how far around do we want him to look? Maybe about like that. It's not quite 45. The issue will be the wires. They can get caught. But let's just say that this is going to be our head to the right. So rotation right. I'm going to write that down. Is 121. 121. Let's center him. And let's go to the left. Okay, that's about the same way, and our wires are not caught up at all, so that's a good thing. So rotation to the left is going to be 59. Okay, let's center him. And let's switch now to elevation. And you can see why these are labeled. It's very helpful. Switching back on. Okay, pops to 90 degrees. Now he's looking down a little bit. So let's see if up makes him look up. Oh, it does. So we're going to level him out, level his head out. There we go. So elevation level is going to be 98 degrees. And let's go up a little bit. And we don't want to go so far that our wires get crunched. Okay, that's not too bad. Let's call that up. So head up is going to be 129. And now this is the harder part, is figuring out the down, because we want to go his we want to move her head down. At the same time, we don't want it to touch the body. So I'm thinking the lowest we want to go with that head is going to be about 59. Okay, let's center that. There we go. So that's 90. So that's not quite, we said we were going to do 98. Okay, so we don't have a middle of the rotation because we made that 90. We set that up so it was 90. So rotation left to right is going to be 90. Okay, so we've got all of that calibrated. Let's unplug. And the next part is, well, it's the fun part, okay? We get to decorate this robot. And I haven't decided yet if I'm going to make this a little baby girl, a little baby boy. Just haven't decided yet. So we're going to end this video here with the baby bot all sealed up. Take all the spider webs off from the hot glue gun. You can't really see that. So baby bot is all sealed up. And the next thing to do is decorate. I'm thinking eyelashes will be good. Maybe a bow on top of the head might be good. So let's see how that goes. Alright, so you are officially a animatronic robot builder. I give that title to you as of right now. Alright, and I thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.